I mentioned earlier in this course that everything that you do from within the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, you are actually managing a number of products that together make up the Microsoft 365 suite. Each one of those products has its own admin center so that you can go deeper and configure more advanced configuration options. Microsoft didn't want to throw every single option into a single portal. So they divided them up based on functionality and workload. So later on in this course we will dive deeper into the SharePoint Online, Microsoft Teams and Exchange Online Admin Center so that we can look a little bit closer at those three workloads. However, I wanted to take a few minutes to show you some other admin centers. Now to go to the admin centers I have to scroll down on the left. And look at the list of admin centers here. Now there's 7 admin centers listed by default. But if I click on all admin centers, I will actually see all of the various Microsoft 365 admin centers, and there are quite a few. So I want to show you 3 admin centers that are very, very relevant to securing and managing your data that is stored in Microsoft 365 properly. And so let's start with the first one, which is Microsoft Purview. Now to get to the Microsoft Purview Admin Center, you're actually going to click here on Compliance. The previous name used to be Microsoft 365 Compliance, and now it's called the Microsoft Purview Portal. Everything that's related to compliance in Microsoft 365 has recently been rebranded into Microsoft Purview. So from within this portal, you'll be able to have complete control over your data governance, your app governance, managing how your data is retained, how it is saved, how it is deleted, and apply policies on your data to ensure that you have a lot of control. You'll be able to manage e-discovery when you need to find your data as well, find specific documents across multiple workloads. Even Microsoft Purview is a very powerful tool of Microsoft 365, and Microsoft Purview gives you all that you need in order to properly manage your data from a governance standpoint. Next up we have Microsoft Security. Now Microsoft Security is the link that I click on when I click on the admin centers. But in fact I'm opening up the Microsoft Defender for Office 365 or Microsoft 365 Defender. The name kinds of keeps on changing, but essentially this is the Defender tool for the various workloads of Microsoft 365. This is what you're going to be using for securing all of your assets, all of your devices, securing the emails, the email mailboxes of your recipients, encrypting your data, maintaining that your environment is secure from external threats, and ensuring that you are storing and managing your devices and your data in the most secure possible way. Microsoft Defender will give you recommendations on how to update your security settings by using a Microsoft Secure Score. So the score that identifies your security posture and how well and secure you are, both in Azure Active Directory and all of the various workloads that you have deployed and that you are currently using in your Microsoft 365 tenant. So Microsoft 365 security is of course very important there. It's clear that all administrators consider security to be a very important element of managing your resources, and Microsoft Defender is the tool that will allow you to do that. Another portal is the Azure Active Directory Admin Center or Azure AD Admin Center. Now this tool is currently being rebranded as Microsoft Entra. So you may hear it as Microsoft Entra or Azure AD. This is the identity provider. This is the tool that you use to specify your user accounts and manage your roles and so on. But we've already seen different tools to create users, and manage roles in Microsoft 365 Admin Center. However, Azure AD is what lies underneath. This is the structure of identity that is provided to you through Microsoft 365. So really in the background you have an Azure AD tenant and that tenant contains your users and all settings related to your identities. So identities are either internal member identities, users you create inside of your tenant, or they are external identities, guests, entities that you invite into your tenant, those three admin centers. together are probably the ones that you will use the most outside of your specific workloads, and they are accessible through security, compliance, and Azure Active Directory.